I'm talking relationships, worth more than money. No time for the fake or the phony. Tweezy jump the gym, it's so evident. Link up with the gang. I'm talking relationships, worth more than money.
All right, we back.
Yo.
Episode 22.
Oh, wait, yeah, okay, 22, yeah.
22. We just had 21 with JoJo.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was here for that. I should have known that.
The crazy part is, I just want to give a brief synopsis of how this all happened. CJ, we in his crib. It's dope. Got the backdrop, everything crazy in here, bar over there. But I was talking to JoJo, and JoJo, I asked her, I said, hey, I need you on a podcast. And she said, all right.
She gave you the sigh?
Yeah, she gave me the sigh, like, I don't like being in front of the camera. So I was like, come on, JoJo, I need more females on the pod. Yeah. She said, you know what? Just for you, I'll do it. So I said, I bet. She said, oh, you know what? You should interview CJ too. You remember CJ? And I was like, the guy that got the Marine tattoo? She was like, I don't think he got no Marine tattoo, but...
How do you not know that?
I said, no, he got... If you talking about who I know you talking about, we always around each other, taking shots, doing something.
Oh, my God.
So she was like, well, I think that's him then. So I was like, bet. So, I'm always good meeting people. But the fact that, I was like, damn, he a Marine. That's brotherhood right there already. Then, the hospitality. We get here, you like, you want something to drink? Whatever. Whatever you want to drink, whatever you want to, whatever. Get whatever. The fact that we are both from the Midwest.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I think that's the dopest part. Because a lot of Midwest people, we assimilate anywhere. You know what I mean? Anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. And I think it's dope to even just bump into a like-minded brother. But that's not even the most important part. The most important part is, bro, you on TV. You on TV and don't nobody.
That's part of it. That's
people know, but the shows that you're on, I watch Law and Order, E.T. Her. I watch all of those shows and I'm like, yo, I never paid attention until I went back and checked your IMDb that JoJo sent. So without further ado, man, to the left of me, y'all know who I am. I'm Tweezy. To the left of me, who we got?
CJ Williams, or just CJ, So,
CJ. Yeah. So look, man, we just gonna start it off like any other thing, man.
Well, I gotta start first and foremost. I just want to say I appreciate you having me on the podcast. Having JoJo just forced my name into it, but it's a great thing. It's the first time I'm ever doing a podcast, but definitely I appreciate you being here and me being able to watch it when JoJo was doing it first, and just seeing how everything was working out. I mean, it's dope, man.
It's dope,
man. Much respect.
Appreciate it. This is I want this to be a forever thing. I don't want this to be just like a segment or a segue to something else. Like, I really do like sitting down and talking to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think I learned that from just being in the Marine Corps. Because, you go into boot camp, you with 100 plus different people you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You might go with a buddy system, you might not. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up becoming family.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
especially going through all that together.
Man, going through that 3 months, then a month of, MCT, then wherever your MOS, your job school is.
Hey, crazy. Do you know, I didn't know that MCT was a thing. When I was done with boot camp, I thought I was done.
Yeah.
I thought I was going, just going to the fleet.
Yeah.
Not even to my job. And then I saw the video and it was like, hey, after boot camp, Marine combat training. I was like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? So
right.
that was a bit of a shocker. But
yeah, because you go home and you're like, damn, I got to come back in 10 days?
Yeah, well, I did the
recruiter.
Yeah.
You said you hated your recruiter though.
But see, I didn't know you was gonna say it on the podcast. But
yeah. Hey man, hey, he
wasn't
quite a spade.
He wasn't quite truthful with me about
some things.
About some things.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But shout out to my recruiter. Honestly, if I never would have joined the Marine Corps, I wouldn't be where I'm at now, man. It was the best thing that ever happened.
That's facts, man. That's facts. Because
my wife over there blowing kisses.
Yeah, that's facts, man. I mean, because if you think about it, man, like we coming from rough environments, and it's not the only environments that's rough, but we coming from two of the most known.
Yeah, because you're Detroit, right?
Yeah, Detroit and Chicago, man. Like everybody know about it, but at the same time, we made a sacrifice to leave home and build something better for your. Not only ourselves, but for our families. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question. I know you're supposed to be asking me
questions.
No,
you can ask me questions too.
Like, what was your reason to actually go in? Like, what sparked it?
So, crazy part, man. I had I was supposed to go to Norfolk State, play baseball. Baseball was my favorite sport. I played football, played basketball, but in high school, I was in baseball and just swimming. I played football in 9th grade year, and after my grandma passed, I just stopped loving it. You know what I mean? So, and I was 4'11", crazy part. So JoJo, I was 4'11" till 11th grade. So I didn't think I wasn't gonna grow. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna just stick with baseball. I know baseball for sure. I'm good in that height. So man, I senior year coming around, Staff Sergeant Robinson, still remember his name. He was cool recruiter. He would walk around, the Marine dress blue uniform, man. He had on the Deltas. One of the baddest
uniforms out there.
He had on the Deltas, man, and he ain't say nothing to me. But I used to always see the Army guy bothering me. Hey, man, hey, Kennedy, man, what's up, man? You want to come? Da-da-da. I'm like, nah, man, I'm straight. I'm good. And just kept hassling me, man. Then one day, the teacher, this is when you can knock on the teacher's door and take a kid out of class, and they'd just give them away. Like, here, go ahead. You can go with the recruiter or whatever, and I let them talk to you. And I know more. Because, boy, I'm going to tell you, I was a recruiter, and they wasn't doing none of that.
Wow.
So he pulled me to the side, Staff Sergeant Robinson. He said, look, man, I already know you're going to Norfolk State. I know you're the captain on the baseball team. I know you got a bright future. But if anything change, give me a call. So that right there, just off the break, he took his time to research what I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus the Army dude just hassling me all the time, just telling me to come take a test and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I took some thought into it. My grandfather was in the Army. Both grandfathers. My grandfather on my dad's side was in the Army. Grandfather on my mom's side was in the Air Force and the Navy.
Oh, wow. So
yeah, he did
military
both.
Family.
Yeah.
Man.
And my uncle was in the Army as well on my dad's side. So I had a bunch of family in the military, and I was like, dang, the Marines, they be fighting them dragons. And remember that commercial, bro?
Yes.
I'm like, that commercial was crazy. So I told Staff Sergeant, I said, man, y'all be fighting dragons, man. I don't know if I want to do that, but that uniform tight, though. And he was like, nah, man, that's just a commercial, man. We don't fight no dragons. So I wanted to be different.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to blame my mom, but like I wasn't prepared to go to college. Like I was a 3.5 student.
Yeah.
But I never took the SATs until like last semester of 12th grade.
Okay.
I'm already behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she would just wake me up and just drop me off every Saturday to go take the ACTs. I'm like, I ain't even studied. I ain't took no prep work, nothing. So after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just go take the ASVAB. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to waste my parents' money because I just wanted to party. I was tired of school. Like the crazy part is, I never told this story.
For those who don't know, ASVAB is one of the tests you have to take before you.
It's the military aptitude test.
Yeah. Oh, so, you're a recruiter. You know.
You know. Yeah, I give you the whole rundown. But yeah, so I never told this part of it, but I pretty much was like, fuck school. And I almost got kicked off the baseball team and all the teams because my last semester I had like a 1.5.
Oh, so you fuck it.
I had senioritis. Right. I ain't even gonna lie, I had senioritis, but I was done with school.
Yeah.
I had a 1 to 4. I would go to school at 8, get out at 12 every day. So it was like I was tired of school and I wasn't doing the work.
Yeah.
Because I knew.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Mentally, you was checked out.
I was checked out.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even trying to go and take the ACTs, but I just go and bubble in what I thought was the answers and send it in. I kept scoring 15s.
Just abacadabra all the way
Bruh,
down.
yeah, literally. A, C, 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 A, C. And literally, man, I kept getting 15s. I'm like, damn, I'm getting 15s and I ain't even trying.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me go take the ASVAB. I took the ASVAB. I scored like a 40. Scored like a 46. So
I can't even remember.
As a recruiter, you know, once you hit 50, you consider the alpha. That means you're gold to any military branch. If you score 50, you pretty much qualify for every job. But with my 46, I still qualified for like 100 and something jobs.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to be calm. And when I was about to leave in January, like December, my recruiter was like, hey, we're gonna have to push your date back. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm already mentally prepared to leave.
Yeah.
January 5th. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? 2004, I'm ready to roll. So he's like, man, the only way you can do that is you go open contract. So I'm like, what's open contract? He was like, man, it's pretty much like you're a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right.
Go 311. No.
Right. And I swear to God, I thought I was going to be a grunt, man. I promise you. But I think if I did, I'd have been straight because I ended up being motor T and we with the grunts all the time.
Yeah.
All my deployments, I was with grunts. Infantry for those that don't know. So yeah, man, that's how I joined. And the reason why I joined is because it was like I just wanted to get away from home. Because I knew.
Yeah. It wasn't nothing for you back then.
It wasn't nothing for me, bro. It wasn't nothing for me. And I knew like if I stayed, I'd be just some ignorant kid, not understanding and being dumb, belligerent, fighting, stealing, you know what I mean? Shooting. So I said, you know what, let me get up out of here. Because I already had like anger in me already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I left. And that was the best thing, like you, man, the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh, that's dope. Man.
What about you?
So I went to Elmhurst College, private college in Illinois. Affluent neighborhood. It was, I don't know the percentage of, there was a high percentage of like Caucasian, and then, you know, maybe it was like 10, 20% was like an amalgam of different ethnicities. And basically, I mean, I went played basketball there. Michael Jordan held his children's camp there, so literally got to meet Mike, play on the same court as Mike. It was wild, man.
Yeah.
That dude was, he talks the most trash ever. Like,
I've heard.
It's horrible.
I heard.
But I digress. Basically, my sophomore year, I ended up quitting the basketball team because we won the conference championship my freshman year, the first one in the school's history. Like, our gym is just full of banners of our...
What school?
Elmhurst College.
Okay.
Yeah. Banners, every banner in the gym was like our girls' volleyball team was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Those are all the banners. We finally got one up for basketball. But the next year, just something changed with how our practices were. I guess they were just so amped about what we did the year prior that like the practice just became, I don't know, it was just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't having fun anymore.
Right.
So I told my roommate, I was like, man, I'm about to walk over to the coach's office, let him know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm done. And little did I know, and forgive me, Wolf, for telling this story, but my roommate, Dave Wolf, said his whole government name. While I'm walking over there, he called over there and quit on the phone. And I'm going to talk to them like face to face and stuff like that. So I walk in, they're just hanging up the phone, you know, and I'm just like, hey, you know, this is what's going on. My heart ain't in it no more. I'm not having fun. So I just think it's best that I like step away.
Yeah.
That's like, wow, it's like everybody's doing that now. And I'm like, It was like your roommate just called and quit. And I'm like,
wow.
You know?
You gave him the heads up.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But so the crazy thing about that, when I quit the basketball team, I didn't realize that what was keeping me in class. I went to Elmhurst College. I was a computer science major. And I thought that's what my destiny was because, I mean, I loved computers. I would build computers and all this other type of stuff, man. But once I quit the team, like I stopped going to class. Like that was the only thing keeping me like in class. 'Cause I knew if I didn't go to class, if I didn't pass, then I wouldn't be able to play basketball.
Right.
But once I was no longer playing basketball, I just wasn't mature enough just to be a regular college student.
Right.
And I just stayed on campus and I was just getting Fs.
Dang.
Fs.
Living the F life.
Yeah. And I remember my roommate, Dave, he was like, man, what are you going to do with your life? Mm-hmm. And I kid you not, it's like a movie. The Marine Corps commercial came on. I didn't really know nothing about the Marines. This dude was climbing the mountain, took out a sword, and it was like a fire-breathing dragon. I was like, I'm going to fucking fight a dragon. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that.
Right, I'm hyped. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm like, I'm going to do that. And then there was this one guy, his name was Lewis. He stayed across from us. And he just came out of nowhere. You know, he just spawned like it was Halo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, we'll never make it. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like, any type of challenge, I'm like, nah, all right, stop. So I was in a recruiter's office the next day. And I'm like, hey, you know, I want to join and stuff like that, you know. And it was like, all right, great. You know, they'll have you take the test, try to get you out in like a couple of weeks or something like that. Slow down. Yeah. That's too fast. Let's talk a little bit more. Right. But ended up, you know, taking an ASVAB. I can't remember what I scored, but I found out about the DEP program, the delayed entry program. And basically it can delay you leaving for boot camp, I think up to a year.
Up to a year.
Yeah, and I think I took like 7 or 8 months. And and then I left. It was once I quit the team, I started falling back into a lot of bad habits. Mm-hmm. And and him saying, what are you going to do with your life? It just struck something inside of me. And I knew I didn't want to go back and, you know, and kind of I felt like I would have been a burden on my parents. You know, I have 4 older sisters. I'm the youngest child, only boy, you know. And I remember one of my sisters telling me, you know, saying my middle name is Jason. So it was like, Jason, you ain't got no job and all that. Like, I'm like, man, I can't be this person. And yeah, so I ended up joining the Marine Corps, and honestly, best decision that I ever made, you know what I'm saying? My knees don't feel that way.
What was your job?
You know what I'm saying? But I went in as an 0151. So I went in as an administrator. Yeah. And I got to tell them why.
You got to have
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know you yet. But the recruiter he was like, you know, that's where all the women are and stuff like that. I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? Send me the admin. Yeah. You know, not one girl in my shop. Nope.
You probably, what uni you going to?
I was at 3rd Mar Div, and I was with G1, you know what I'm saying? Now one girl in my shop, and my gunny wanted it that way because he wanted to dispel the whole thing that if you're an admin that you're just like lazy and all this other type of stuff. This dude was a 300 PFT. Yeah. You know, our shop average was like 285.
Dang.
You know, so he would sign us up for like relay races on Friday so we can be tired and not do anything that night and stay out of trouble. Like this dude was, you know, a menace in a good way.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but it was still great. But played basketball in the Marines as well. So my basketball journey wasn't over quite yet. However, that's when after doing the whole admin thing for a couple of years, and I'm just like, you know, this ain't it. Yeah. I found out about Marine security guard duty. Yeah. And I volunteered for that, and I was able to get in and stuff like that. Did my training at Quantico, and then had a great 3 years as a Marine security guard.
Where all did you go? Did you go somewhere every year?
Well, I was supposed to. I was in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, for longer than I was supposed to be.
Ain't that where the Fairy Odd Parents live at?
I don't know who that is. You say who?
The Fairy Odd Parent. You don't know about that cartoon, man?
Nah.
CJ will tell you about it.
He'll tell you about it. But Tashkent was my first. That was my first post. We opened up that embassy actually, and it was basically it was Tokyo after that because it should have been 1, 1, and 1. You know, 3 different places, but a whole bunch of stuff, politics stuff was going on. Yeah, and I wasn't able to leave when I was supposed to.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
Yeah, but no, again, everything happened for a reason, and I had a great time there, and met a lot of people, and then I ended up in Tokyo when I was supposed to, and there were people there that I networked with, and because of that relationship, it helped me get work outside once I was done with the Marines. So yeah, man, it was a great experience.
So how did you jump into acting? Out of all of the from the MSG to admin to basketball, how did acting jump in?
I mean, it just kind of came out of nowhere, man. But let my mother tell it, this was always something that I was probably destined to do, just because she, like, there's videotapes, VHS tapes, VHS
we old.
kids, you know, yeah.
Not even DVDs.
Yeah, and because I used to perform it at the assemblies in school when I was like in
you doing a talent show?
5th, 6th grade.
Weak.
So my wife's supposed to be working, making sure the screensaver don't come on.
Yeah.
Just press over.
There we go.
And I go down. Look, thank you. Thank you, baby. You were so caught up in the story that
she forgot.
So I used to.
You was doing talent shows, or just so performing
performing at the school. It was like, all right, we got an assembly coming up. This is Black History Month. You know, we want you to do these speeches and stuff like that. And I was good at it, you know, but, you know, as a kid, you're fearless, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting up there in front of all these people and I'm memorizing these speeches and I'm saying them with, you know what I'm saying, like such passion.
Right.
And it was crazy, but I didn't remember that stuff until like she showed me like tapes of it. I think I still got one, man. I ain't got a VHS player, you know, but
you got to convert it now.
I know, man. I know.
You got to find a converter.
But how I got into it was basically we were staying in Haymarket, Virginia, and one of my neighbors who was like an up-and-coming photographer, Josiah Mendoza is his name. He's great photographer. He wanted to...
Shout out to Josiah. I know exactly who that is.
Oh, okay, yeah. Shout out Josiah, man. He sent me a weird text message, and this is just how he and I talk. He was like, hey, I need your face.
Oh.
And this was before it was paused, but he was like, hey, I need you. He hit send. Yeah. Hey, I need your face. You know, he sent that. That's the Apple.
That's the little Apple send. That's the Apple send for you Androiders.
And I was just like, all right, you know, you know. And basically, we did this like Halloween shoot, and he put the pictures out there on social media. And I remember him showing me the first picture, and I couldn't even believe it was me.
Yeah.
One of my neighbors, she did the makeup and stuff like that. Karen Rodriguez, shout out, girl, great job. And it was amazing. And I'm like, okay, this was dope, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then, here's what happened. I was 29 or 30 years old, and I went to the doctor. I had a physical, and they was the physical was bad news.
Yeah,
my cholesterol was super high. My triglycerides were off the charts. I was in line for metabolic syndrome, which leads to heart disease and heart attacks and stuff like that. And the first thing that hit me was seeing my father in a hospital. And I think, you know, I was very young, you know, and so was he.
Right.
And I'm just like, man, you know, this type of stuff I got to watch out for this type of stuff because it's in my genes.
Hereditary,
you know? Yeah. So it scared me, definitely scared, you know, saying my wife literally went home, got rid of like all of our junk food, all this type of stuff. I got on a workout plan and ended up getting in a little bit of shape. You know, I got healthier, and the byproduct of that, you know, I was fit. You know, so I ended up doing a fitness photo shoot with Josiah. Shout out Josiah, and he put the pictures out there, and the people was like, "Yo, you should model. You should model." I'm like, you know, like I don't know, but you hear it enough, you like maybe I should give it a shot. Put my pictures on this website called Model Mayhem. And oddly enough, the first person that wanted to work with me didn't want to shoot like photography. He was doing a web series. He was like, you look exactly like the character I'm writing, you know?
Yeah.
Why don't you come and do this audition? So I knew nothing about doing an audition. I was just like, all right. He gave me the lines. I did the audition. He was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You're good to go. We're going to, like, I was a part of the project,
right? You
know? And that was literally like my first gig. It was a web series, and luckily enough, like for me, I'm a sponge. Whoever I'm around, you know, especially if they know more than me, they've been in this industry longer than me, I'm going to listen to what they have to say.
Yeah.
And these guys, they were giving me all these gems and talking about different casting agencies that were in the area because again, I knew nothing about this stuff. Right. So I just went all in because it was so much fun. It was a hobby in the beginning, but it was so much fun. And I was finding success with it. And they got to the point, and I'm talking to my wife, Jessica, about it. I'm just like, you know, maybe I might try to take this, seriously.
Yeah.
And I did. And I remember I think I'm trying to think what was like the turning point. I ended up meeting Derek Gray. He's a writer and a producer, and it's like he was writing for my voice. He put me in some web series, and they really highlighted the type of actor and acting that because it was dramatic, and it really highlighted me. And once he started putting this stuff out there, like he was really pushing his projects, so I was getting seen, and people wanted to work with me. So people would reach out like, "Hey, I want you to be a part of this project." And that's one of the biggest things, networking in this industry. And I know, man, like networking is such a big thing in this industry. And honestly, it can be 90% of it if you're doing it right.
Right.
So people were talking about me, and I wasn't even in that room, but they was like, "Hey, you should check CJ out." So I'm getting calls with people that I don't know. It's like, "Hey, so-and-so mentioned you, so I got this project going on. I would love for you to be on it." And it was a lot of times I wasn't even auditioning anymore.
Dang.
So, and then it got to a point where I ended up booking a job where it was a SAG commercial, a union commercial, and it was with Olivia Munn. And I didn't have a big part in it, but I was still, my likeness was being used, so they considered me like principal. And I became eligible to join the union. And that eligibility, once you start putting it on your resume, that means a little bit. And it was just, I want to say it was a lot of preparation and a lot of luck mixed in both. And like opportunities would come around where it would just be like a co-star role on like a TV show. A co-star with a TV show means you'll probably have like 5 lines or less, but you'll probably be in the scene with one of the main characters.
Yeah. And
so you'll get seen. And I'm trying to remember what my first one was. It Dope Sick? Yeah, I ended up getting an audition for a TV show called Dope Sick on Hulu, starring Rosario Dawson, Michael Keaton.
The original Batman.
Yeah. And being directed by Barry Levinson, who did Rain Man. And I'm on a Zoom call with these people.
Wow.
So and get it. So it starts to, become a domino effect. So you get on one, and a lot of it helps when you market yourself as well. So being able to get these clips and then create a reel and put it out there so people can see, it's like, oh, this person does this, this, and this. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll give them a shot. And other casting agencies wanted to work with me and sign me. So that happened. I talked to a friend and they hooked me up with a casting agency that a talent agency that they were with, and honestly, Malsby Talent Agency, I got to give them a shout out, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have. They got me auditions for Godfather Harlem.
Nice.
In that same year, a couple of months later, they sent me an audition for Law and Order. And later on that year, I got an audition from the same talent agency for All the Queens Men. And I booked all of them.
And Father of Queens is the one.
All the Queens Men. Yeah, with Tyler Perry.
Yeah, with Tyler Perry. And that's the one you got like a lot
like
of
9 episodes.
Yeah,
nine episodes. Man, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, you was telling me. So yeah, let's talk about that, because you was telling me how the other shows, how the way they prep is not the same as Tyler Perry.
Now Tyler shoots fast, man. Tyler, Mr. Perry. Sorry, sir. He shoots fast, and I remember, I think it was like maybe like the 3rd or 4th day, but I remember telling my wife, I'm like, man, I kind of feel like a fish out of water, because I wasn't used to that speed. Quickly got used to it, and I found that like if you were gonna pick a moment, or with your character, then, or some type of option that you wanted to do, make it a strong one and a bold one, because it might be the only one that you get, in that take, and because they might move on right after that, unless there's something drastically wrong, they're probably, going to move on. So I learned that, and then and I got comfortable. But here's the crazy part of it is I was booked on a Thursday. Saturday they sent me like 8 episodes.
Dang.
And I was on set Monday.
And you had to learn all of that.
Yeah, I mean, so you get a warm and fuzzy of everything that, of the scenes, and they'll let you know, like, you'll get the call sheet of what they're going to shoot the day before, and then you kind of hone in and focus on those because you're gonna shoot those like the next day. So luckily for me, I memorized lines like very easily, but it's one thing to memorize it, it's another thing to make it believable, with your delivery. So I felt like I was able to do that, especially seeing all of the chats and stuff, chat rooms on Facebook and even some people who was hosting podcasts after, like, they'll talk about the show. They really hated my character. Like, they hated me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just talking about me with such vitriol, like, and I loved it because I'm like, all right, I'm doing my job. Yeah. I'm doing my job. So, it was great though. And I saw him like half a second. Like, came, I'm seeing this tall guy, you know what I'm saying? He dapped me up and stuff like that. Action.
Just like that.
Then we getting into it. Because that man's busy. He's cranking out all these shows. But he still pops over, directs some scenes, maybe, maybe a whole episode. But he shows up for the work.
That's dope, man. What do you think is your favorite episode or favorite show that you've done so far?
Man, that's tough. Because honestly, like, so Law and Order and working with Tyler Perry, both were on my bucket list, and they happened in the same year. I had no idea that I was going to, when I did Law and Order, that I was going to meet, like Mariska. I had no idea, and I find myself in the scene, with her, and she's giving me pointers and stuff like that. It was just the most amazing thing ever. So that's very high on the list, because Law and Order been on since the day before forever.
I think I was maybe like, I can only.
You was in somebody's belly and it was still.
That's what I'm saying. I think that joint might have been before me because I remember the '90s. It was New York Undercover and Law and Order.
New York Undercover.
Yeah, because I ain't had cable, dog. So
yeah. We had it too, but it was like
I had
our
UPN
neighbors
and Channel 4. You know what I mean? That's all I had. You know what I mean?
You pick a no.
But yeah, man. So those two. Let's talk about this person, this partner that's been there with you through all of this.
My mother's great. She just my wife.
I'm trying to bring her into it. He playing.
Oh man,
she taking the earrings off. But yeah, man.
My talent agent.
Yes, Jess. No. Jess is super dope.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, man.
How y'all meet?
Oh wow, do I get to tell the story? I don't know. Like, what's the rating on your podcast?
It's whatever. It's whatever.
So basically, this is what happened.
Oh, the voice changed. The voice changed.
No, so I think I was in Uzbekistan. I can't remember. But I was overseas. I know that much. And she worked with one of my sisters, one of 4. And my sister has this picture of me and my nephew on her desk, and he has like my Marine Corps barracks cover and stuff like that on. And I'm sitting there smiling by him and stuff. And she walked by, and apparently, from what I heard, she fainted. Passed out.
Is that true or false?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's not true. But she saw the picture. She was just like, oh, your brother fine. True. All right, there we go. So, I mean, I heard about this, like later, so, I didn't know what was up, but I ended up coming home and I went to my sister's job and stuff like that to see her and, and just pop up and say, what's up? And I think Jessica might've been like in a meeting or something like that. And this is the crazy thing, after I left, I guess everybody was like, you just missed him, like I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of cool to hear now, you know. But I weighed like 175 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I have confidence now. I didn't have that much back then. I'll be honest about
he was
that.
A twig.
You know,
he was fine to you. That's all that matters.
But basically, like, my sister was like, you know, what you want to do? And I'm like, well, you know, let's go to dinner. We can go to dinner and stuff like that after work or early dinner. And she wanted to know where I want to go. I'm like, well, you know, Hooters is, you know what I'm saying, or was my favorite restaurant. They got great wings, guys.
They do.
Calm down.
They do. No buns, but great wings.
That's
great wings. Great wings. You hear me? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to learn, you know.
I like their chicken.
I mean,
you know?
But this before Buffalo Wild Wings and
I didn't know anything about B-dubs or anything like that. You know,
Wingstop. You know
I mean, I ain't know that stuff.
Yeah.
But so like a bunch of us went over there, and she told me later that she didn't even feel like, you know what I'm saying, like going or anything like that. But she ended up showing up, and I remember we pulled up. And I looked over, and she was like on her phone, and as soon as she looked over to me, whoever she was talking to, she was like, "I gotta go," you know.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And then she hung. I'm not gonna tell the, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna embellish the story right now.
All right.
You know, usually I say she threw the phone out of her car, but you know. But no, she hung up the phone and stuff like that, and like canceled her service.
Canceled the service.
She was like, I don't want nobody calling me.
You had Singular. Remember, it was Singular
I
before
used to work
AT&T.
for Singular.
That's crazy.
Used to work for Singular.
Because I had Singular before they switched to AT&T.
Yeah, I used to work for Singular, man. We're not going to talk about...
Scratch that.
Yeah.
Scratch them.
And then, you know, she was walking up and stuff like that, and I'm asking my sister, I was like, yo, what's the deal with Jessica? What's up? She's single? And she was like, I don't know. She was like, Jessica, you single? And the most thirstiest stuff came out of her mouth. She looked at me, she was like, all day, every day. All day, every day. All day, every day.
All day, every day.
I was like, God dang.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So we go inside. We sitting at this big, you know what I'm saying, long table and stuff like that. And my sister is sitting to the right of me. There's an empty seat to the left. But there are other people beyond that empty spot. Mm-hmm. And then you got other people on the other side. And I'm looking, I'm like, why is there this huge gap right here? I'm like, what are y'all afraid to sit by the big bad Marine? What's going on? And I look across the table. Jessica is smiling like she got a hanger in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the Joker, you know? And she's like, you want somebody to sit by you? And I'm like, girl, go ahead, get over here, man. So she slides across the table, you know what I'm saying, to get over. Okay, she didn't slide.
I'm about to say, dang, Jess.
She didn't slide, but she did move with haste. You know what I'm saying?
Expeditiously.
Yeah. She expedited expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? So get over there very quick. Your lateral movement was fantastic back then. You know what I'm saying? You don't get enough credit for that. And I want to give it to you right now.
Gave you a lot of movement flowers.
Yeah. But but now she got over there pretty quick. And she sat down and stuff like that. And I just like, you know what I'm saying, put my hand down by her hand and stuff, you know. And
playing handsies, not pussies.
And look, I'm trying to be romantic at Hooters.
Yeah.
So the lady,
no
you know
buns.
what I'm saying, the lady brings the plates down and stuff like that. I'm like, no, we'll just have one plate. Where we putting these bones at? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that, man. But, you know, we shared the plate and stuff like that. And afterwards, I walked into a car. I think I kissed you on the forehead. And I told you I wanted to take you on a proper date. And
not Hooters.
No, not Hooters. So we set a date and stuff like that. And I think 2 days later, we were supposed to go on a date. It was the next day. I'm sorry. All right. So I'm legit. And this is like real. I know it sounds fake, but so I was in Bible class. I was in Bible study. And it went long because, you know, you can't put a time limit on the Holy Spirit.
No, you can't.
You don't do that.
Especially if it's an older person holding their Bible.
Yeah,
stuff.
man. It was a bunch of black people. And that's all you need, you know, in the basement. So it wasn't, you know. Yeah.
So it was comfortable.
God has to, so it
was comfortable. It was comfortable. Yeah.
It was getting crazy. And I'm looking at the time, I'm like, God, you know what I'm saying? God, you know, come on. And so I ended up getting out of there. I called, I'm like, yo, you know, I'm late and stuff like that. So I apologize. I stopped, bought a bottle of wine to, you know what I'm saying, as an apology to give to her. And
how old was you at this time when you buying a bottle of wine?
But see, I was on the Marine Security Guard program, and we having dinner with ambassadors and everything like that. So it changed my whole.
Because nigga like me, I wasn't thought about no wine. I don't even like wine now.
I'm like, I'll get a nice Pinot Noir.
I would have got her MD 2020.
Oh my god!
Hey,
not the Mad Dog.
MD 2020.
They cost like $2.99 or something like that.
99 bananas, whatever one.
Come on, man. You taking me back, yo?
Come on, man.
Jeez.
Or the squeeze bottle pop off.
Wait, what was that?
The squeeze bottle $10 military liquor we should get from the PX.
I didn't.
You ain't never get the squeeze bottle?
Nah,
it was like $5-10.
I was drinking Heineken's, which I hate now. By the way,
yeah, I can't stand beer.
It's only because I drank too much. Too much up. I shouldn't. That was in the Marines, guys.
No. He got a whole bar over there.
Yeah, but I do, and it stays full though.
Full. Anything you want.
Anything you want. Anything you want.
You want.
I don't be getting down like that.
And he got the seltzers.
Yeah, I've been running through those tonight.
Man, they had to go get another pack, 2 packs.
This like the third time somebody made a run, right?
Huh?
But yeah. So I show up and she looking real comfortable. I'm like, we ain't going out no more. She was like, ain't nothing open. Come back to my house, my apartment. I'm like, all right, So we drive, we go back. I follow her back to her apartment and stuff like that. I'm sitting down and we having a conversation, and she got on Love and Basketball. She put Love and Basketball on. Literally hit play. It was just like
Quincy McCall. Not the Maxwell. Oh, you had to set up. You had to set up.
I was just it was not from the beginning, man. It was the part when they was about to do some stuff, and what I'm saying. She looked down, what I'm saying? He looked down, he was just like, what I'm saying? And Maxwell was in the background. I was like, okay, I see what's happening here. What I'm saying?
Dang, Josh.
I shan't be molested on this date,
Wow.
So I'm like, all right, she got that going on. We started talking and stuff like that. And in the middle of my conversation, in the middle of talking to her, what's that? Okay, anyway, in the middle of talking to her, she may have had a glass of wine, but in the middle of talking to her, she just decides, you know what? I'm just going to kiss this guy while he's speaking. So she just kisses me. I'm like, oh, wait, woman, calm down. What I'm saying? I'm trying to, hey, this is not.
This ain't the time.
Like my mother wouldn't have put, what I'm saying? Did you not kiss me? Yeah, okay, all right.
She said you lied, but she just admitted.
Yeah. Nah, what I'm saying? I kissed her, I kissed her back, but it did catch me off guard because, I forgot what we was talking about. I'm pretty sure I was talking about scripture or something like that, and I was like, Ephesians, like, she's like, I ain't trying to, what I'm saying? Be fruitful and multiply is what she was. But anyway, so it was very hot up in her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, Jessica used to keep her heat on like 97 for some reason, So I was like, and I noticed how this is going to sound, but this is the truth. I said, hey, can I take my shirt off?
Oh, you did the tank.
What I'm saying? No, I had a T-shirt on under it. I had a whole T-shirt on under it. What I'm saying? But it was still like in the background.
The skivvy shirt?
That was still going on. No, it was a regular T-shirt.
Right.
Yeah. And then we still talking stuff like that. And I'm like, man, it really is hot in here. Can I take my pants off?
Dang, you hit her with that?
She said, go ahead. But at this time, I was still a hooper.
Yeah.
I had on basketball shorts. Yeah. I always got on I always had on basketball shorts. I wasn't on nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Do I continue this story? Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and continue it. Yeah, so, and that's how we met.
All right, cool.
Oh, no? Okay, we're going to keep going there. So basically, I asked her, oh, my son just walked in. We're going to end the story right here, guys. You know what I'm saying? And won't you be my neighbor?
But no, how important it is to have a partner when you're going through, military and acting career and your career now.
Now, I wouldn't have accomplished the stuff that I have thus far if it wasn't for her, and honestly, it's just, there were plenty times, if I'm being honest, there were multiple times where I wanted to quit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this industry isn't for the weak. And it was tough hearing all the no's. Like you have to build like tough, like thick skin.
Mm-hmm.
And she would send me clips and like text messages and stuff like that, you know, and it was just like memes from Instagram about like how long it took Sam Jack to make it, you know what I'm saying? But he made it, you know, like just all these different things of not quitting, staying the course, you know, and if you like continue to believe in yourself, like stuff will pan out, man. Like she was literally pushing me when I was telling myself like, man, this is kind of tough. And I just, not that it's just being tough, it's just like those no's are, it really takes a lot to get over.
Right.
And having her, you know, encourage me and then realizing that it's just, that's part of the industry. It helped a lot, man. And I mean, even now we still, you know what I'm saying? I go through it because, you know, things are still tough. I mean, obviously I want to blow up and just, and just be there, man. But she's always like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It'll happen when it happens. I get these crazy auditions all the time, and she's the one that's reading them off screen, you know, reading the other lines off screen for me. And so yeah,
dope.
she's been there for it all. I was happy when I was able to take her to like a red carpet and stuff, man. Like, and I don't know, like we've sat down and had discussions about that. It's just like, I'm like, I dream about being able to, you know, have her at a, you know what I'm saying, an award show, you know, and receiving an award and just giving her, you know what I'm saying, all her flowers for, you know what I'm saying, how she's helped me.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely important, man. I mean, I know people can like go through it without like someone, man, but I don't see how I would have been able to do it without her. So
yeah, that's super dope, man. And I think too, man, like you definitely got to have a partner that's gonna motivate you, because sometimes, man, when you going through it, especially Marines too, you feel like you can do everything, but you know, like
they definitely give us that mindset,
they definitely
which
give
I
you that
appreciate.
mindset,
Yeah.
and I never neglect it to keep trying.
Yeah,
but it's like you just keep hitting that wall, and you trying to hit the wall, and it's like, damn, man, like. Keep hitting that no wall. Like they telling you no. You know what I mean? And you long as you got somebody there, you know what I mean, that's gonna encourage you to push you to keep keep going. I know, because I think it was like a meme or something I seen where a guy was digging for gold, right? He dug so far and stopped digging, and he left. And the other guy came and just hit it one time, and he struck gold. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's how it is with us. You as, you know what I mean, your acting career, me, music, and everything else. Like, we there. We just got to keep digging. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep going. And having your partner just, you know what I'm saying, that's super, super dope, man. Because, I mean, everybody don't get that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. It's like, I remember... I was doing a lot of, I had auditioned for House of Cards, like I don't know how many times. Now I was
Cards fire too.
Yeah, I was an extra in the third season and stuff like that. But I ended up getting super close on the last season. And then, you know, saying the whole Kevin Spacey stuff happened. And, you know, they kind of released a lot of people. So I was at my tipping point at that point. And I really wanted to quit. Because before that, I had auditioned for something for Netflix that Pharrell was supposed to be doing. And it didn't pan out, you know. So all this stuff what I thought was going to be, you know what I'm saying, career changing, it just kept slipping away. And I know now this is how like the industry is. And it is, and it's tough, man. But like literally she was telling me just keep going, you know. Just like, I know, you know what I'm saying, you upset. Just, you know, just keep trying.
It's coming.
She's like, don't, I forgot what you kept telling me not to make a rush decision. Because I was like, if I don't get it, like I was giving myself, if I don't get it in this year. I was giving myself
emotional deadlines.
Yeah, I was giving myself a deadline. She kept telling me not to do that. You know, and had I done that, I like the deadline I was going for, I wouldn't have been on any of the shows or any of the stuff that I've done, man. And I'm just glad, you know what I'm saying? So I thank you for that, babe. I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know you appreciate the residuals. Go ahead, next question.
Yeah. Yes, sir. The residuals always look nice. Hey, man, before we get out of here, what you think about, like, would you do a role on Game of Thrones?
I would love it. I would love it, especially House of Dragon. Now, you know, they got
oh
black people on there, man.
You
got black people with
the Valerians, man, with the
yo.
blonde dreads.
Yes,
yo, that's my show, man.
Yeah.
They said it's gonna take like a whole nother year for the next season to come out.
I haven't even watched the second one.
It's crazy.
I heard.
I just finished it.
I gotta get on it. 'Cause, I mean, I'm the only person in the house to really get down on this type of stuff.
For real? Really?
She's
Cap.
Just
Cap, just
ain't nothing. A whole
like
baseball cap.
Whole cap. Dang, you gonna do that?
No, that's not true. That is not.
What
true.
about Vikings? You ever seen Vikings?
I haven't watched Vikings.
Man,
you know,
Vikings is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so you remember how like House of Dragons, they were what? They were in England? Where were they at? So the Vikings, they're from Norway and they're invading England, but they're learning how to like navigate in the sea. Ragnar Lothbrok and stuff. And so, like, bro, you got to watch it. It's super dope. So
it looked good, man.
Bro,
like, yeah.
The amount of like the whole cinematic everything looks so. I watch that any day over it's like a certain movie. It's done very well, man. And it's like it's just kind of the same thing. Like they got different families.
Yeah.
And they got one king, but the way they do things, they don't. They worship the God instead of Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So they go to England and they pretty much raid England. And the first place they get to is where all the priests at. Right. Yeah. So it's crazy, man.
Okay. I might
you got to watch it, man. And he take one with him back that can speak their language. And they become the best of friends. And like, it's dope, man. But it's like they still going back though. So they like going back and forth. And he's just a fisherman. He was just a fisherman, but that knew how to, he had a best friend that was a boatsman that know how to make boats, and they had to figure out how to like explore land. They never could find land. And then they finally had like this little compass and it helped them find that land in England.
I knew I should have checked. Man,
yeah,
it's so many things.
I love history. That's why I like. Okay, you know what I mean?
It's so many good shows out there that I need to watch it and finish, man, because I still haven't finished Suits.
Yeah, I hadn't even started.
Suits is dope.
Is it?
Why you laughing? Yeah, no,
I'm being honest. Like, I ain't gonna be like, I seen it.
Suits is dope, and the writing. The writing is amazing on that, man. And if you have Apple TV Plus, I ain't trying to plug any type of, you know what I'm saying, but Presumed Innocent.
You gotta log in. I'll get your login.
Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal. Probably one of the best crime thrillers I've seen in a long time.
Innocent.
Yeah. It's dope. Like we usually like to binge watch stuff, but we was waiting like each week. It's killing us to wait that long.
That's why I hated House of Dragons, because I actually waited. Normally I wait and binge watch. I watched them every week, and I'm like, you can't do this.
So my Game of Thrones journey, like I was 3 seasons late. I started when it was already 3 seasons in. Yeah. I think I watched the first episode, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go to sleep tonight because I'm about to watch the rest of these. I just binged it. Yeah.
See, those type of shows you have to.
Yeah.
Because it's like you'll watch it for a week and then you be like, damn, I need to go back and watch it. What happened at this part?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you binge it, it goes all the way through, man. But yeah, that's super dope. What's next?
So I just got booked for a feature film, an indie feature film that's filming in West Virginia, actually. And I start shooting on the 16th.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. I'm be back on set. And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to be back on set. I've done a couple other things this year, but it's been mainly like modeling and some hand modeling out of all things. I just never saw that for myself. No, but it's dope, man. I mean, I got to meet.
That's what you gotta do. What you do stuff like
facts.
that. Yeah.
I did a Jared jewelry commercial, and I was putting the necklace around this girl's neck. You know what I'm saying? And
it was just your hands.
Just my hands,
dang.
man.
That's crazy.
And then I did a Grey Goose one with Francis Tiafo. He's
the tennis player from Maryland.
Yeah.
He
Cool
just
dude.
lost too, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Tiafo.
Shout out Francis, man.
Yeah.
Really, really, really cool cat, man. I got to meet him on that shoot. And man, he's cool. Confident. Humble but confident, So man, it's been dope, but I'm always itching to get back on set, have a screenplay to read and stuff like that. So
all right.
And that's coming up, man. So
dope. So make sure y'all check out CJ, man. But before we get out of here, we got gym class, man. GEM. The gems that you can spread throughout the world and give to anybody to take and put in their toolbox. What's a gem you can give to the people out here?
I guess this one's kind of a personal one. I should because don't compromise on your morals for believability of success. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is the fact that there were certain it was like certain roles that like would come my way, mm-hmm. and I struggled on whether or not I should do them because morally it didn't feel right.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, man, passing on this, I could be shooting myself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? As far as like furthering my career.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just honestly, you have to be able to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
So if I were to say anything, it would be that, just make sure, you don't compromise your morals in the process, man. If you can stay true to yourself and still be able to do your passion and chase your dream, I think that's the best thing ever,
Don't compromise.
Yeah, don't compromise your morals. And definitely don't quit, because honestly, man, the many times that I wanted to stop acting just because of all of the no's. And when I tell people all the time, because they have questions about acting, I'm like, if I tell you how many times I've heard no, it'll discourage you. It'll discourage you from trying. But it's part of the process. You have to learn that it's going to be a part of the process, develop that tough skin, and just keep trying, because you get that one yes. I mean, it makes all of the difference. Yeah. I've been hearing a lot of no's this year because the industry's been slow. It's been crazy. And I just got a yes, and I've never felt, more alive. So, don't quit.
Like that, we out.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. hey, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment.
For sure.
I appreciate y'all, man.
This is amazing.
CJ, I appreciate you for letting me come to your house, man, and eat some good food.
Yeah. Hey, man, that the banana pudding you brought was slapping, though.
Appreciate it, man.
Slapping, yo.
Appreciate it. Huh?
He made it.
Your father made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it. You ain't know that? Bro, I done brought that drink. Huh? The tonight's joints?
No, he did.
I did it for JoJo.
He did it for JoJo, man.
No.
Our run time is already long, man. No. Hey, simplify, brother.
Bro, man.
Appreciate you, man.
We out.
Appreciate you, man. Peace.